Blutbart.
Hello there, and welcome back to another behind-the-scenes toy photography video. This week I'm going to show you how to take a photo of a flaming battlefield. I call this shot General Kenobi. The toys I used were Clone Commander Obi-Wan Kenobi, Droidekas, Magna guards, and Super Battle Droids from Hasbro's Star Wars The Black Series. I've always enjoyed the visual art trope of a warrior standing on a pile of his slain enemies, and I thought it would be a relatively easy Clone Wars themed shot to pull off. I started by placing a couple destroyer droids on my concrete ground surface to determine the general size of my frame. Next, I intermingled some B2 battle droids amongst the destroyers to fill in the pile of bodies. I have plenty of B1 battle droid figures, but they're such a light shade of beige that I thought they would be distracting set against all the darker droids in this scene, so I opted to leave them out. When I felt like my droid pile was blocking off a sufficient amount of light from my background TV, I added two IG-100s to the top. This was to signify that Obi-Wan had defeated the most elite enemies last, and also to give him a stable surface to stand on. With the pile built, I stood our hero on top and got my lighting set up. In addition to a large orange softbox on the right, I used a small blue spotlight for the lightsaber glow, and an LED panel for some additional firelight. Here's my starting image. The most important edit to make was adding the lightsaber blade, but before that I used the healing brush tool and content aware fill to remove the circular articulation joints on my figure. This is an older figure, and the joints are super conspicuous on the hard white armor, so I had to take a little more care with this process than usual. After that, I used the dodge tool to lighten up my subject's face and armor. This was supposed to be a dark scene, so I didn't want to overdo it, but I found dodging the midtones with about 30% opacity made this figure pop a bit more. Following that, I used the pen tool to create the outline of the lightsaber blade, and the brush tool to paint it in. The blades on these toys can get bent out of shape sometimes, so I had to work a little magic to straighten it up. To finish the blade, I added inner and outer glows. At the very last minute, I decided to crop off just a little bit of the bottom of the shot, moving Obi-Wan's face closer to the center. So once again, here's my starting image. And here's where I ended up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and make sure to check me out on Instagram. Thanks, and until next time!